Hey everybody, welcome to Epic Beauty Fail. I'm Jessica, and on today's video, we're going to be doing a declutter video now and a collection video. So you're going to see my entire collection as we go throughout the next several weeks, but I'm also doing a declutter. I do want to give you a couple of items that I want to tell you about before we go ahead and get into the declutter. So, number one. Please don't ask me for the products. A lot of these products are older. That's the reason why I'm getting rid of them. Some of them are brand new. Some of them are products that haven't been opened yet. I will tell you that if they are older, they will be tossed. A lot of the lip products are going to be tossed, and it just is what it is. But anything that is newer or barely used that I believe is still good, I'm going to be offering them to my family and friends first. And if none of them want those products, and to be honest, a lot of my family and friends don't wear makeup at all, like not even on special occasions. Anything that I feel is still good, I will be looking to create a Poshmark or a Mercari page. I'm not quite sure which one yet when I'm filming this opening, but I will put a link in the description bar down below. If you are interested in any of the products that I'm decluttering and you want to take a look at what I'm asking, please do so. These videos will be posted one a week for the next several weeks. I will create a playlist with all of them, and I'll put them up here in the corner, and I'll put it linked down in the description bar down below. If you are interested in looking at the entire declutter for the beginning part of 2020, please go ahead and take a look. This is not going to be a cutthroat declutter. I'm going to be upfront and honest with you. It is not going to be cutthroat. This is my first shot at doing a declutter series, and I have a lot of attachment to a lot of these products. So at this moment, I'm not prepared to do a very cutthroat declutter. However, I do plan throughout 2020 to give all these products a really good shot. And by the end of the year, my plan is to do a cutthroat declutter. So if you like declutters and you don't feel like this is cutthroat enough, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, because in another 6 or 8 months, I'm going to be doing another round of declutter series, and I'm going to try to be a lot more cutthroat during that one. So stay tuned to later in 2020 for more cutthroat declutter. Another disclaimer, I know I do not need this much makeup. I don't. I know I don't. Prior to starting YouTube, I had one bag of makeup. That is it. I actually did a video. I'm going to try to remember to link it up above and down below as well. I have a video where I talk about my pre-YouTube collection, and in fact I still have the bag. This bag right here, whew, there's dust, used to have makeup in it, and that was my entire YouTube, or my entire makeup collection prior to starting YouTube. So, and it was that way for years and years and years. That was it. My entire makeup collection fit in this bag. But I do YouTube, and that is why I have such a large collection. Prior to starting YouTube, I had everything in that bag. I only have this makeup because of YouTube. This is not anything where I'm thinking that anyone that doesn't do this as, you know, a hobby or a job needs this much makeup. You don't. If I didn't do YouTube, I would not have this much makeup. I would probably have this much makeup. You know what I mean? So just wanted to give you a little bit of a disclaimer there. Let me look at my notes, make sure I touched on everything. Oh, one last thing. Some of these videos, my camera that I'm using had some difficulties with autofocus. It's set up to automatically look for a face. And because I was using my hands and focusing on the products, the autofocus was having a little bit of a problem. So I switched to manual focus on some of them as well. So you're going to see some issues in the earlier videos with the autofocus. I think I've corrected that now, and I'm using manual focus for the rest of them. I'm only halfway through filming them at the filming of this intro, so I still have a lot to go. But just wanted to throw that out there, that I know I had issues with autofocus, so if that bothers you, I'm sorry. I think it's corrected later on in the videos, but the first few, the autofocus might be a little wonky. I think that's everything. One last thing before I go ahead and get into the declutter. Just want to let you all know, because some of you might be new to my channel, I do have my own online clothing boutique. This shirt actually came from my online clothing boutique. It is nimities.com. The link is in the description bar down below if you're curious. If not, that's okay too. But I figured I would mention it because I'm assuming that some of you might be new to my channel. All right, let's go ahead and get into the declutter. This week, we are getting into my eyeshadow palettes. Yes, we are. And honestly, I have 5 videos to come for eyeshadow palettes. This is one of them. I am possibly filming them in a different order than they're posting. I'm not 100% sure when I'm going to post which video. I'm actually filming this one first because it is the fewest number in the category. The other ones are all close to the same number, but this one is the fewest in this category. So I decided to go ahead and break the ice with this video. I'm not sure when it's going to post, what's going to post first as far as the eyeshadow palettes, but I'm going to tell you right out of the gate, I am not doing a cut through declutter. I'm not. I don't even know that I'm going to declutter any of my eyeshadow palettes. It's going to be really, really, really tough for me. I thought lipsticks were going to be tough, but it ended up going okay. The eyeshadows, I just don't know how well I'm going to do. I'm just going to be straight up honest. So in this video, I am doing Sephora, Ulta, and like quote-unquote mail order type of brands, and Collab. Collab is like the one that's, it wasn't really a drugstore palette, but it's like, it's the Sally Beauty brand. So my one Collab palette is in here. Everything else is either Sephora, Ulta, BH Cosmetics, Morphe, or ColourPop. So that's what you're going to see in today's declutter. So I'm going to go ahead and reorganize these by brand, and then we can start to go through them. All right, that's just a mess. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and move these some out of the way. These ones back here are my ColourPop ones. I'm going to move those out of the way. I will come back to those in a minute. I'm going to move the Sephora's just over to the side over here, the BH Cosmetics over to the side over here, and I'm going to focus first of all on my Morphe, Ulta, and my Collab palette, because I only have a few of these. These are the least palettes that I have here. So if I'm going to keep these, just to let you know, I'm going to put my keep ones on this side of the screen. Anything that I'm going to give away or sell, like give away to family members or sell, I'm going to put over here. I didn't mention that. I'm going to be starting either a Macari or a, what's the other system called? I don't remember. I will put a link down in the description bar down below of my online sales site. Poshmark, that's it. Mercari or Poshmark. I haven't started it as of filming this video, but I do intend to start it before you see this video. So I will put the link in the description bar down below so that if you see anything that I'm going to be either giving away to family or selling, it will be at that link below. So let's go ahead and get into these palettes first. I think I'm going to do the 3 from Ulta first, because that's where I'm going to start. So I have this palette right here. I'm looking at it. I have not even touched this palette. I don't think it has a name. I think it was one of those, like, you buy so much you get like an Ulta kit palette. I'm going to go ahead and like sell this one. I'm pretty sure. I have not touched that. So there's not even a fingerprint on it. I'm going to go ahead and sell that one. Oh, and my maybes are going to go up front. Sorry if it goes out of focus too many times. I'm going to possibly switch it to manual focus here in a minute if it keeps doing that. All right, then there's this Ulta palette. I'm looking at it. It looks like I have not touched this one either. So I'm going to go ahead and sell that one. Okay, I'm not doing too bad. 2 for 2. This one is the Melissa Michelle palette. This was an Ulta Beauty collaboration. That is what it looks like. I actually do really enjoy this palette. I think it's a very good quality. They did a second one. This was the original one that they did, and I do like this one. I never picked up the second one. This is like a brown toned blush, some highlighters, and some eyeshadows. And then this was a gloss. So I don't know why oh no, it's a matte liquid lipstick. I don't know why I left it in there, to be honest with you, because obviously if it's in here and not in my lipstick drawer, I'm not going to use it. I know I have used this before, so let's see if it has a scent to it, because I might have to throw this out. I've had this palette for a while. No, it still smells good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull this lipstick out and put it in with my lipsticks. It might get decluttered later this year. I don't think I mentioned that. I'm going to be doing a more cut through declutter towards the end of 2020. So if you're looking forward to a cut through declutter, hit that subscribe button and come back later this year when I do that declutter. So I do like this palette. Do I keep it though? Let's swatch a couple. This is Terrestia. Yeah, see, it's just good. Katie's, I'm probably pronouncing these all wrong. I don't even really know who Melissa Michelle is. I'm sure she's wonderful. But, see, they're pretty. Look at them. Those are pretty. Those are just the first three. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and keep... do I want to keep it or put it in the maybes? All right, that is it's pretty. I'm going to go ahead and eyeshadows are so hard for me. I'm going to put this in the maybe pile. I'm going to come back to that. I'm going to put it in the maybe up front here, and we'll see about that one. Okay, next palette I'm going to go to is this Morphe right here. This is the 12NB. I got this on Outlook a long time ago. I did not even touch this palette. I don't know if you guys can see that. I did not even touch this. I got it on Outlook. I'm going to go ahead and sell this. It's just not very inspirational for me. And I have a lot of other palettes, I'm sure, that are like this. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. Honestly, I bought this palette because I wanted to give Morphe a try. But then I picked up the Jaclyn Hill palette shortly thereafter. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that one. The Jaclyn Hill palette, I'm going to keep this one. There's no question that I'm going to keep this one. I do like it. I'm going to have to give it more love, but this is the original Jaclyn Hill palette. I love it. I am going to keep it. It's actually fairly like neutrally, if you cover the pops of color down here at the bottom. It's actually a fairly neutral palette, but I do like it. I'm going to keep this one. Yeah, I'm going to keep this one. Whoops. And I've heard that they changed the formula for this, so I'm going to keep this. All right, let's talk about collab. This is the Best of the Day palette. I have definitely used this. I used this in a video. I did a video trying out collab brand. I think I'm going to go ahead and put this in the maybes. I will come back to that to talk about that in a minute and see if I want to keep that. All right, let's go to the Sephora ones next. I think this one should be pretty easy. This is a little Sephora palette that I bought. I was going to do a full face of Sephora. I swatched this, but nothing else. So does this have a name? This is the Colorful 5 Daytime to Playtime palette. I've swatched it. I don't believe I ever actually used this in a video. I intended to do a full face of Sephora and never did. I think I'm going to put this in the maybe pile and come back to this. This one I purchased, opened it up. I don't remember if I ever even swatched it, but again, intended to use this in a video and I never did. This is the Sephora, the Enchanting Colors Eye and Face palette. I have not even touched this palette. I'm looking really closely to see if there's any fingerprints, and there are not. It's literally, it's an eye and face palette. That's exactly what it is. So I think I'm going to go ahead and sell this one as well. It's got for fair skin tones, bronzer, blush, highlighter, and then 8 eyeshadow shades. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead and sell this one as well. So I have these two Sephora Pro Pigment palettes. I have the Cool and the Warm. These recently, like right before the end of calendar year 2019, they went on sale on the Sephora website, and I had my eye on these for a while and never picked them up. This one is the Cool palette. Can you guys see that? I'm trying not to blind you with the mirror. So that's the Cool palette. I have not touched this yet. I do want to use it. And same with the Warm palette as well. So I'm definitely keeping both of these. Like I said, it's the Cool palette as well as the Warm palette. These are the Pro palettes. They came out quite a while ago, if I remember correctly, like 2018, potentially as long ago as 2017. But I'm definitely keeping both of these because they're new to my collection. But I'm going to go ahead and show you the Warm palette. That is the Warm palette. So I'm going to go ahead and keep both of these. The names of the shades are actually on the little plastic insert, which is not my favorite, but it is what it is. So I'm going to keep both of these. All right, let's go to the BH Cosmetics palettes. I have the original BH Cosmetics Carli Bybel palette. This was discontinued literally like right after I purchased it, and they went to the larger one with more variety in it. So I honestly only had this for a short while before it was quote unquote discontinued. I do think I like this palette. I think I'm going to put this in the maybes. I'm going to come back to this. It's actually kind of a boring palette, to be honest with you, now that I'm looking at it. It's not bad, but it's definitely not wide variety, if that makes sense. I'm going to put these in the maybes, and I'm going to come back to it. I might keep this just for sentimental purposes because I've had this palette for a very long time. So I'm going to put that in the maybes. This little palette, this is the Neutral Eyes To Go. I did not swatch this or anything, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in the giveaway / sell pile. This one is the Modern Mattes To Go. I did use this one. In fact, it looks like, oh, you know what? I did a video where my son, my younger son, who's 12 years old right now, did my makeup, and he picked this palette to use to do my makeup. I'm going to keep this just for sentimental purposes. Literally the only shade he went into is the purple one. The other 5 shades have not been touched. But when I filmed that video, he was, I think, maybe 9 or 10 years old, and it's a really cute video. It's still up on my channel if you're interested, but I'm going to go ahead and keep that just for that reason. So this B by Bubs Beauty, this is another collab with BH Cosmetics. I actually really do enjoy the quality of this palette. I don't believe it's sold anymore, but I do enjoy the quality, so I am going to hold on to this one. This is the BH Marble Collection Cool Stone palette. I've used this, but to be honest, it's not my favorite palette. I'm going to go ahead and give away / sell this one. You'll take notice as we go through all of my palettes that all of them are fairly lightly used. I don't heavily use any of my eyeshadow palettes because I have so many. This is the BH Cosmetics original Zodiac palette. I do really enjoy this palette as well. I always meant to get the, what it was called, like the love potions or something like that, love signs, something like that. But I do enjoy this, so I'm going to definitely hold on to this palette as well. And then I have my ColourPop palettes. I don't know that I'm going to get rid of any of these, to be honest with you. Most of them are newer to my collection. So let's go with the older ones to my collection, are these 4. I'm definitely going to keep these 2. This is Dream Street. This was a collaboration with Kathleen Lights. Definitely keeping that one. And then this is the Zodiac palette. Again, a collaboration with Kathleen Lights. That is what that one looks like. Kathleen had, when she did the Zodiac, which was her second palette that they did together, said that these were kind of companion palettes. So yeah, I'm going to keep both of those definitely. Okay, and then I have All I See Is Magic and Semi Precious. One of these I got in a beauty box. The other one I bought in, there was like a 5-second time frame that ColourPop was sold at Sephora, if anybody remembers that. One of them I got at Sephora, one of them I got in a beauty box, and I can't remember which one is which. This is all metallics. This is a Semi Precious palette, and I think it's really pretty. I've only used it a very, very little bit. In fact, I have only gone into, I think, 2 of the shades. These 2 up here are the only 2 that I've gone into. But it's definitely a pretty palette. I'm going to hold on to that one. Okay. Then I have the All I See Is Magic. This was the Holiday 2017 palette. Again, I don't know if this was the one I got in a beauty box or if this is the one that I got from Sephora. I think this might be the beauty box one. But I could have that backwards. Anyway, All I See Is Magic. Again, I'm just going to go ahead and keep this. I don't think I'm going to get rid of any of my ColourPop palettes, to be honest with you, right now. Maybe later this year when I do my more cutthroat declutter, I will look to get rid of some, but I'm not interested in doing that right now. All right, and then I have all of these. These are basically brand new to my collection. I bought these all like in December of 2019. So this is the Double Entendre palette. It is a nice neutral palette. I have not touched any of these 5 palettes, by the way. I purchased them all, but I have not opened them yet and used them. So the Double Entendre palette. I also have Going Coconuts. The rest of these are all those the little 9-pan palettes. So I have Going Coconuts, which again is a really nice neutral palette. I really enjoyed this one. I think it's very, very pretty. Yeah. And then the Brown Sugar palette, which was a collaboration with, I'm going to pronounce it wrong, but Karouche. I don't know. This is probably my favorite one. That palette right there. Like I said, this is probably my favorite for what I like to do with my eyes. This with the Going Coconuts, like combined, is probably, I actually traveled with the two of them already. I didn't use them because I literally went on like a 3-day travel and ended up only wearing makeup one time, but I brought them nonetheless. So keeping that. And then I have the two Frozen 2 palettes, the Elsa and Anna. Okay. Okay. This one is Elsa. And I have at least swatched this one. I might have only swatched it. So that's Elsa. I think it's really pretty. It's more of a very cool tone palette, but I think it's very, very pretty. The biggest concern I have with both of these palettes are the glitters that are in the center of the palettes. Glitters and I are not my favorite. And then this one is Anna. Okay. And then this one actually is almost like a mix of cool toned and warm tones. Again, the pressed glitter kind of concerns me, but anyway, that is Anna. So that is all of my ColourPop palettes. I'm going to keep all of my ColourPop palettes. All right, let's go back to my maybes and talk through those real quick. Okay, I have 4 maybes. The Carli Bybel palette, I'm going to keep this. I really am, only because I have very fond memories of this. I'm going to give it some tries, and the end of 2020, when I do my cut through declutter, this might go, just because of the fact that it is definitely on the older side. But I'm going to keep that for now. This little Sephora palette, I'm going to go ahead and pass along, try to see if anybody wants that one. Oh my goodness, the Melissa Michelle palette. I really do like this palette. I'm going to keep this for now. I'm going to keep it. And then the Collab palette. I don't remember loving this palette. There's only one shimmer, which is this one right here. That's a pretty shade. Let's see what that red one looks like, how that swatches. See, and that's my problem, is that they just don't seem to work all that great. They're not terrible. Especially when you blend them, they're not bad. All right, I think I'm going to go ahead and hold on to it for now. Yeah, all my maybes I'm going to hold on to. So let's see what my final numbers look like. So my palettes that I'm going to pass along to family, friends, or possibly sell, I have 1, 2, 6, 7 palettes here. This one from Sephora, 2 from Sephora, 2 from Ulta, 2 BH Cosmetics, and a Morphe. So that is 7 that I'm going to be getting rid of, and the ones that I'm keeping. So my final keep palettes is 18, and like I said, these are my Sephora, Ulta, and like my mail order palettes. So I know that you can get BH Cosmetics, Morphe, and ColourPop from Sephora now, but I'm sorry, Ulta, not Sephora, Ulta. But all the ones that I have actually ordered from the websites, except for the Jaclyn Hill palette. I actually ordered that when it came into Ulta, is when I picked that up. But everything else that is either BH Cosmetics, ColourPop, or Morphe, I ordered off of the Ulta site. Anyway, so that is it for this declutter video. I personally am okay with the fact that I only got rid of 7 of them. I am not, like I said, trying to just do a declutter just to declutter. So I'm comfortable with where I'm at with these. I am okay with it. So stay tuned. Like I said, if you haven't seen them, or if this is the first to post, I'm not sure. I have 5 total eyeshadow palette declutters. So if this is the first one you're seeing, go and check out the other ones. Otherwise, stay tuned and they will be coming soon. So that is it for this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up down below. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button, because I have lots of other declutters on my channel, other eyeshadow palette declutters to come. And later this year, I'm going to be doing a full cut-through declutter as well. So come back and check that out. And hit the little bell to get notified when I upload new videos. And if you have any comments, leave those in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts on what I kept? I know it's not cut-through, but are the palettes that I kept worth keeping? What do you think? Let me know. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you on the next Epic Beauty Fail. Bye, guys!